Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Pratika Vinsel. I'm the Associate Director at Applicar. And today we are joined by Mr. Loveraj Grewal. He's the International Student Recruitment Manager with CodeCore College. And Loveraj has an extensive experience in international education and student recruitment. And today he's going to talk about CodeCore College, its program offerings, admission process, important dates and deadlines for your students to plan their future and application better, right? Just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any questions during the session, please type them into the question box in your chat panel, and I will bring them up at the end of the session. And don't worry if you miss anything, the recording of this webinar would be available to you. And now, without further ado, over to you, Lovraj, and thank you again for conducting this session for Applicar and their recruitment partners.
Thank you very much, Pratikaji, and thank you everyone else who has joined in today. You have hosted a webinar for us, for CodeCore, one of your partners, and it's always amazing to come out of a platform where we are able to transfer the knowledge to not just your team members, but again your individual partners, that help us get some brilliant international students on campus. So without waiting for long, let's just jump into the CodeCore College profile. I'll be talking about CodeCore. I will touch base on a bit of history of CodeCore, because always good to know if you're sending a student to a school, where that school comes from, and what is our vision, where do we want to be in the next give and take 4 to 5 years from now, from down the road. And we'll also talk about the programs, benefits, program structures, the important deadlines, whether there are any benefits to students in terms of scholarships or not. And so all those sort of things, we'll be talking about today. I do have a PPT I'm going to share. And then if you have any questions, like Pratikaji said, you can always leave your questions in the chat box. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions at the end of the slide. I'll try to keep it as short as possible. Just one second. I'm actually known for when it comes to my passion, which is the programs that we promote, I'm known to, extend a bit. So Pratika, please just raise your hand or, unmute your mic and let me know if I go over the board. Thank you very much. Okay, so CodeCore College Canada. We're one of the leading, as it says, privately funded career university transfer college. Now, this line actually holds our DNA, you can say. So there are 3 individual words over here, really, really important things. Privately funded is 1, career is the 2nd, and university transfer college is the 3rd. We recommend our team Applicar and also everyone who's listening to us who is going to promote CodeCore and let students know about it. So please make sure you always use this full term. We are not just a private college. We are not just a career college. We are not just a university transfer college. We all 3 things together, put together. So we're going to break it down further on as we go. And we will eventually, accordingly, we'll talk about it. One thing I'll let you know, Zoom is well known for, if it's not logged, that somebody didn't use it earlier, they can click on certain things like annotate on the CodeCore logo, which is totally fine. But then please try to keep it, less doodling around so that I'm able to present very well. Lovely. So the word privately funded actually is, a lot of benefit to the international students. Most of the times, especially in India subcontinent, this word holds a lot of negative notion, along with it. That after privately funded schools, once a student finishes the program, they're not able to get a post-study work permit, which to some extent is true, but not 100%. I would like to give you some insights to that before we jump onto CodeCore College profile. So a privately funded institute also, with DLI, obviously, can also help international students get a post-study work permit. It's not always true that the students will not get it 100%. So if a privately funded institution, which is DLI, having Designated Learning Institute, the license, offers not just post-secondary or postgraduate diplomas, but they offer things like associate degree or a bachelor degree or a master degree in terms of private universities, or they have public-private partnership, joint programs, exclusive partnerships, or articulations with universities, public universities, or public colleges, then definitely 110%, there will be a post-secondary or postgraduate work permit offered to that international student, obviously as per the RCC rules and regulations. So please make sure the privately funded word is not always a negative thing. It actually adds a lot of value, because being a privately funded college, we always focus on helping students build their career. That means we focus on the student's placement rate. I will talk about a few things later on, because see, we're not public funded school. We are not government funded. Government is not backing us in terms of funding. So eventually our reputation is actually depends on how big of a rating do we have. So we have a AAA grading and AAA great rating. And how do we get that? By helping our international students get top jobs. Now, we have a nearly 100% placement rate for our technology program, which we'll discuss again later on once we go further down the slides. But all these things boil down to that privately funded is a good thing. It's a benefit, right? Now, obviously, there might be other schools, which I'm not going to talk about, and I'm not going to compare, which may have, put a bit bad reputation on the word privately funded, but it's not always true. Career part, the part that says career, that basically means that we help our international students, gain as much of practical training, practical knowledge, not just theoretical knowledge, so that the employer picks them, because today's employers demand job-ready candidates, job-ready employees. So the onus is on to us. The overall burden is on to the school to impart that practical training to the international students, or be the graduates, be it international or local. So what we have done is we have integrated 80-20 rule in our programs, which basically means 80% practical training and 20% theoretical training. That allows our international students to be job ready. And then that is a reason why we have nearly 100% placement rate, 96% on average for our technology programs. University transfer college, what does that mean? That means we work closely with the universities, public universities, and some of the private universities too, that have really good reputation, and they have their own individual expertise or expertise programs. And we have some kind of articulation with these universities. So it actually benefits students, not just in getting a post-study work permit, but there's more to it. Students save a huge on tuition fee, right? They can start with a career college, adapt the overall culture of Canadian academic culture, and they can enjoy some relaxation on the entry requirements. And on top of it, they can also enjoy dual specializations by taking our specialization at our college and then moving on to the university for their specialization. We work on various different models when it comes to university transfer, from articulations like 1+1, they call it, or 1+2, or 2+2. And we also work on things like, joint offers, where there will be offer provided to the student, which will be not just from our college and later on a transfer, but it will be a joint offer, right, from both the institutions, the public and the private. And third thing, some exclusive partnerships where the international students will not be able to go to a particular university to take their particular specialization unless they go to CodeCore, because we have a exclusive MOU signed with that university. So we'll talk about those articulations too. So all in all, this line that CodeCore College is a privately funded career university transfer college actually holds everything that we are. And so please, we recommend you guys to, whenever you address CodeCore, please address this the whole line together. I'm going to go further on. We are located in New Westminster, which is pretty close to Vancouver and Surrey. That's the best way to explain where New Westminster is, because most of the time students don't know, but they have heard about Vancouver and Surrey for sure, thanks to the Punjabi movies and Bollywood, famous cities. So we are about 20 kilometers from Vancouver, about 5 kilometers from Surrey, somewhere in between. In fact, we are the center point of the mainland, the lower mainland, which consists of major cities like Vancouver, Surrey, Bunby, Richmond, Delta. So all these major cities, we are the center point. And one of the oldest cities, in fact, the capital of British Columbia, and it was the capital of British Columbia, the first capital of British Columbia. Obviously now it's Victoria, but well recognized and best for students in terms of academic and neighborhood. So that's New Westminster. So you can also call it Greater Vancouver area. And our community is the Greater Vancouver Tech, because we work with more than 250 companies, tech companies, right? They are on our panel. They are the ones who recruit our international students. So we call Greater Vancouver Technology Sector as our community, right? So in 2008, we got DLI, so which is this thing over here, Designated Learning Institute. Let me just tell you one thing, DLI has nothing to do with work permit. There's a big misconception that, hey, is your college DLI? And I usually ask the students, why do you ask? Oh, if you have a DLI, that means you have a work permit. It doesn't work like that. So DLI basically is, that we as a school can go outside of Canada to host to recruit international students to host them as our students on board on campus. So we can basically bring international students on board, hence DLI. We are a Designated Learning Institute. We got that in 2008. So since 2008, we are well recognized with a AAA grading school, and that has been providing intensive coding and programming bootcamp training. So it's like a certification. That's our expertise. We produce web developers. And for this, we have a nearly 100% placement rate, which I've already mentioned a couple of times. We just take pride in saying that all the time, right? So when we started in 2008, we basically only were focusing on coding and programming, web application development being our expertise. And we closely work with some of the top companies in Vancouver's technology sector and some of the top universities, top schools, graduates. They also took these coding and programming boot camps at our college. Just to name a few, we have grads from UBC, from SFU, and also from Harvard, those who took some of one of these coding programming boot camps. And this is amazing, trust me, looking at these graduates from top schools coming to CodeCore, being a career school, but having that reputation among these top schools for sure. Going further, this is our founder, Cam Kabili, and he's the one who started this school. He had a vision of providing this coding programming intensive training, and we were the first school, we were the pioneers in Western Canada who started coding programming bootcamp. Before us, there was none. No school ever was working on a bootcamp kind of structure or system. Yes, there were a few in Ontario, that side of the part of the country, but nothing in western part of Canada. So we were the first one. It's his vision that he's come from a tech background, himself is a tech guru. So he had a vision and he started that CodeCore back in 2008. And our campus director, Ian McKinnon, who has been doing some amazing job, taking the CodeCore College places, and under his leadership, we've been bringing all the top quality international students on campus. There's a founder's message, which I'm not going to play right now because we are tight on schedule, but this will be available on our social media, Facebook page, Instagram page, and YouTube page. You can always go back to our CodeCore College Facebook page and look for founder's message, and you can listen to why he started the school and what is the vision of the school, where do we want to be. Like I said, we are a privately funded college in the very beginning, but we are well recognized among the local government. So these accreditations prove that. So first of all is PTIB, which is a BC government. It is also, you can say it's a part of the Ministry of Advanced Education. And so we are well recognized by the PTIB. In fact, we don't take a single step without getting their approval. So we follow them rigorously. And we also have EQA, Education Quality Assurance, which basically means that we have recognized, rather not just met, we have exceeded at times government recognized standards, and we offer consumer protection, we offer quality education, and that's what the government is backing us up, right? We also have EDU Canada branding, which is one of the highest valued international education brand in Canada. It's not easy to get EDU Canada branding. We have had that since many years now. We also have Scottish Qualification Authority, which basically means we are accredited by SQA. And there are a number of universities around the world that fall under this SQA pattern. And that means our students can also not just go to Canadian universities, those who we work with, but also can go worldwide to Scotland, to UK, to Australia, to US, to those universities and schools, those who have the Scottish Qualification Authority. We have done some mapping with them. So our students can even travel abroad outside of Canada and visit, go to different countries for different universities if they wish to, right? Okay, so we already discussed about it. So we have 250 plus hiring partners, 96% placement rate, which was nearly 100% last year because of COVID. Every small single business is going online. And in fact, the thing is, the need of the demand of web developers, web designers, media developers, software developers, CRM software designers, right? All these technology employees or these jobs, basically, there's a huge workforce shortage in Vancouver's technology sector. And that's not from today, that's past many years. Since 2004, we have seen that trend that coding and programming was changing. It was a must. But back in 2017 here, if you see, the demand went so high, even the DH Vancouver Staff, which is one of the highly recognized, online newspaper, even they have mentioned that shortage of skilled tech professionals has become a hot topic, especially amongst the Vancouver's growing industry. I'm just going to read a few lines for you guys. The need has become so apparent that many of Vancouver's tech giants are constantly looking to fill vacant positions. And we are seeing a real shortage of web developers right now. I don't see that changing anytime soon, is what one of the marketing managers, marketing managers at Nina Rizzi, is Success Marketing saying. So there was a huge demand and still is. And even in 2020, Financial Post is saying that demand of web developers is expected to increase over the next 10 years. It's worldwide, definitely, but Vancouver being the new Silicon Valley, it's crazy. Maybe that's why there are things like British Columbia's Provincial Nominee Program, tech pilot categories, where Canadian government, Canada, is looking for skilled labor and giving them very easy permanent residence, which is fast to those people who come from technology background with technology experience, because we don't have people. And we guys, being one of the top schools producing web developers, we work closely with all these top giants, those who are our hiring partners also. For example, Amazon, SAP, Broadridge, Clio, Unbound, Rotific, Banana Tag. So all these companies, they recruit our international students. Even one of our students, Matt Chang, about a year and a half ago, got a job at Amazon for $150,000. And that's a huge package. On an average, if you look at a web developer's salary is about $63,000. And that's not something I'm saying. It's available online. You can just Google it or go on to workbc.ca, which is government website. Look at the statistics of the government, and you will see that's the average package of a junior web developer. And that's exactly what we produce, what we help our international students to become, right? So that's the kind of packages they can enjoy once they are done with our programs, right? So because of that demand, all these partners, all these companies, they were pushing us, rather they were encouraging us to go, international and work on agent partnership model. Because till now, since 2008 till 2019, we never worked on agent partnership model. So what we did is we were producing web developers inside the university. We were hosting international students, but those international students who were studying at these top universities, when they had their semester off, they used to come to CodeCore. But because we got a push now, because there was huge demand and workforce shortage, and we got encouragement, we got backed up by our local and big giants, tech giants, we rebranded ourselves in 2019, and we became a full-fledged international school, and we started working on agent partnership model. Again, to fulfill the industry demand, to become a dynamic university transfer school, we started the full-time diplomas, advanced diplomas in technology, which is our expertise, web application development and business. But then again, before we launch our school, we wanted to come up with some kind of benefit being a privately funded institution. So we took that time from 2017 to 2019 to get some universities, some top universities like University of the Fraser Valley, right, to be on partnership with us. And combined, with the support of their expertise, their programs and our programs, by signing agreements, signing some articulations, we then launched our business and technology programs in the international market for the international students. So far, what we discussed is our brand, the brand value, the expertise, the benefits to international students, from job placements to top companies to top packages, and who we are in general, right? So let's go further on. We'll be talking about the programs now. Till now, if you guys have any questions, please go ahead, write those questions in the chat box, because I'm not able to see the screen right now, but I will definitely answer your questions at the end of the day. Obviously, the presentation I meant. Right, so 2 programs we offer, business and technology, like I said, but we have many articulations along with these 2 programs. So don't consider Advanced Diploma in Business just one program. It actually has many branches, you can say. For example, our program, I'm just going to give you a quick overview first. So we have Advanced Diploma in Business. That is a 2-year diploma at CodeCore College, right? It has an option. We give, optional co-op, which is paid internship. And trust me, paid internship is something that every international student must go for. I have a different slide for that. We'll talk about the benefits later on. But our Advanced Diploma in Business, which is 2 years, students don't really have to take just 2 years with us. What they do is they start with business of the first year with us, and they can continue to finish up business administration diploma specialization of multiple, marketing, accounting, or general management at another public college. So it'll remain a 2-year program. The first year will be with us, second year will be with them, right? Similarly, our advanced diploma in business also leads to Associate of Arts, which is one of the most common structure. And 80% of our students, they want to go for this structure because it upgrades your education from a diploma to an associate degree. Will help you in long run in getting jobs, and also in getting your quick permanent residency, getting some points and all. We can talk about it later on, but more scope because now we have associate degree. So our business diploma upgrading to Associate of Arts, at University Canada West, for example. We'll talk about the benefit of that, why anyone should take that. Students can also finish both 2 years at CodeCore, finish the diploma in full, and then go to Bachelor of Commerce at University Canada West, or any other bachelor degree in business, be it Bachelor of Commerce with Entrepreneurial Management, Bachelor of Integrated Studies, BBA in general, or BBA with some kind of specialization, or other degrees at any of our university partners, for example, Royal Wars University, Trinity Western University, University of Prince Edward Island, or any other SQA partner. So there are many opportunities for international students. Once they start the business diploma with us, it leads to many other options. So 1+1, which is overall 2-year structure, or 2+2, which is a bachelor degree structure. They can choose whichever they want. And we give them flexibility of choosing that option, not from their home country, but within Canada. We don't want to we don't want to bound them. And we want to eliminate that guesswork by providing them with that university transfer opportunity, that platform where they can start the program in Canada, but then within Canada, acting like a domestic student, choose the other option they want, the further option they want, not to bound them from their home country, to just get stuck in something that they may not like, or they may not be right fit for them, right? So that's what our business diploma leads to. With our technology, we have some beautiful articulations. Advanced Web Application Development Diploma. It has it's a 1-year program, also has a co-op opportunity. But this program is offered as a joint program with North Island College, Advanced Digital Design and Development, this one over here. So this itself is a 3-year program of NIC, but any student who choose to go to CodeCore first, because this is our expertise, all these modules are included in this program at NIC. But because this is our expertise, and they will enjoy our alumni, network, our company network, our placement rate, so they can choose to take the first year with us, and then second and third year with North Island College. We have a different slide for that to explain you further. But the good thing is it's a joint offer. A joint program, students will end up getting a joint offer and acceptance. That means a 3-year study permit from their home country once they get their study permit approval. Similarly, UFE, University of the Fraser Valley, is among only 2 universities in British Columbia, in western part of Canada, offering 2 specializations, automation and robotics and digital manufacturing. None of the other universities or colleges have that. And we are lucky enough to have them on board with us. So we have exclusive partnership with University of the Fraser Valley for these 2 programs, where if any international students wish to take automation robotics or digital manufacturing, both 1-year individual specializations at UFE, they have to take the first year of Advanced Web Application Development Diploma at CodeCore College. So it becomes a 2-year program in total. Again, one of the, you can say high in demand among the British Columbia's job plans priority sectors, and huge packages from $70,000 to $75,000 on an average, right? This is one thing that is, trust me, huge in demand right now, and we need to fill the demand of the top employers, be it fishing or forestry or agriculture or healthcare. From top 5 priority sectors, be the mining, technology, transportation, natural gas, and forestry. These are the 5 top priority sectors in BC. All of them looking for these technicians, right? So that's an overview. Usually the question comes, Loveraj, why university transfer? Right? It makes sense that, they save tuition fee, but what more? So all these points are going to add a lot of benefit to the international students profile if they go through university transfer. In general, obviously, the students are going to enjoy the career school benefit, which is small class sizes, greater access to instructors, eliminating the guesswork. That means choosing the right career path before going to university or further specialization. They take the advanced courses at a career college. They explore their academic interest, right? They adapt to the university level academics. And this is the reason why when students go directly to university, there's a huge drop rate. within the first year, students drop that university program and then settle down with anything. Why? Because they're not able to adapt to academic culture of university level academic culture in Canada, because it's totally different than India and Indian subcontinent. So they adapt to university level academics in that case. There are flexible start dates, obviously, and the huge benefit, two big benefits are affordable tuition fee, because students will end up saving a lot of money, because the first year or first 2 years are going to be at a career college, and our fee structure is way more competitive, affordable, and less than a university or any other public schools fee structure. So they save a lot of money for sure. And not to mention that relaxed entry requirements, if we are not able to get into university directly because of 5.5, overall 6 or 6.5. Now, because of the career school that we accept 5.5 module, they're able to get into the university or their choice of program specialization down the road. So that's why they should choose university transfer. And co-op placement, which basically means paid internship, is actually a lot benefit to the international students for sure. Well, we have a separate slide for that, I'll tell you. Just to let you know that we offer 600 hours. That's the max in BC you can get. 600 hours at the end of each academic year. For example, if a student starts the business program with us, they take the first 2 semesters, that is 4 months and 4 months. The last semester will be 600 hours of co-op, paid internship, if they choose one. They can also take the program without co-op, where they will get a semester off and they can work wherever they want, look for a job. Definitely we can help them. But with co-op, it's a definite 600 hours where they will work with top companies that we have on partnership with, and they can get the valuable experience of working with a Canadian employer, which a Canadian employer would require once they finish the overall program and get their post-study work permit to get a job. So that's a huge benefit that we offer in our programs. With our Web Application Development Diploma, being a technology diploma, we offer 960 hours at the end of the academic year. So that's a lot of hours. And one of the biggest benefit of going for a co-op program is that students can claim points in Provincial Nominee Program, British Columbia's PNP, which is first step to the permanent residency. Students can in their co-op paid internship program. If you don't know that, then please spread this out let this, impart this knowledge to your international students, because that is one of the most beautifully structured, platform for international students in Canada. If they pick co-op, definitely they should go for it. If there's an option, in a particular college program, go for the co-op program for sure. Other than that, definitely the co-op helps the international students network with top companies. It raises their chances to get a job placement, and by getting the hands-on learning. The co-op is also basically added on to the 20 hours per week part-time permit. Usually, students don't know that the co-op is separate and the 20 hours work permit is separate. So that basically is on top of it. So students can work 20 hours per week, that's their part-time permit, but on top of it, they can work that 30 hours, 40 hours, 50 hours, whatever, under their co-op program. In total, 600 hours is added on to 20 hours part-time permit. That ways they can make more money, make more experience, and can support themselves. They can get paid and support themselves, right? So these are the options. These are the benefits for the co-op program. Further on, we'll be talking about the structure of the program. So please pardon this slide. I wanted to use my screen, but I'm not going to do that because we are short on time. So I'll try my best to explain the structure of the business program leading to Associate of Arts, which is one of the common university transfer program. Like I said, 80% of our students, they choose this option. And it's a beautiful option for sure. It has changed a little bit. This is an old slide. I will let you know how. So basically, let's just take a quick example. I'm going to take Pritika. Pritika, please don't mind. Would you like to become an international student for me today? So
Yeah, sure.
let's say, great. So Pritika applied, to the advanced diploma in business at CodeCore College, and she got a study permit of 2 years. She came to Canada, and now she's studying the first semester, for example. So the year one is divided into 2 parts. First is semester 1, which is here. Semester 2 is this is here. Both the semesters are going to be 4 months of study. And if you don't know, then let me just tell you that each year of a full-time study in Canada consists of a minimum of 30 credits, right? So 30 credits has to be there. So 15 credits in semester 1, 15 in semester 2. That means overall study overall academic study in the first year is going to be 8 months. So what Pritika did, she finished the first semester, then she took like 14 days, that's the reading week off. Then she took the second semester, and then she finished her academic year. But it doesn't count towards 12 months, right? What happens in the last 4 semesters is she can either take 1 semester off, which is her summer break or winter break, and she can work full time, make some money, make dollars, or she can take optional co-op, which I told you earlier is the paid internship, which in total would be 600 hours. All in all, she's gaining work experience and making dollars. On an average, me being an international student once myself, I can tell you easily $8,000 to $10,000 under co-op for sure we can make. So let's consider $8,000, right? Now what happened is, after this completion of first year, 15 credits out of 30 credits that the student, the Pritika basically in this case, so sorry Pritika, I forgot. So Pritika took at CodeCore College, 15 credits got transferred to University Canada West Associate of Arts. So there, University Canada West Associate was 2 years. That means 30 plus 30, 60 credits. 15 got transferred. So 45 total credits they're supposed to take, Pritika supposed to take at University Canada West. Let's make it easier for you. Out of the courses, number of subjects that Pritika took in the year 1 of business at CodeCore, 5 got transferred. And out of 20 courses at UCW, now she would have to take only 15 courses. Now, what UCW has done, they have divided their 15 courses in 5 semesters. So earlier there were 4. That's why I'm saying this is an old slide. Now there are 5 semesters of 3 months each. So Pritika started the first semester, the second semester, the third semester. She took 9 months of academic study. That means she took her 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9 subjects. After the completion of the third semester, just like in our program, now Pritika at UCW is going to enjoy work experience and dollars again for 6 months in total, because UCW allows their international students that go through CodeCore to take 2 semesters off altogether. So 6 months off, she's working full time, she's making valuable Canadian work experience, putting it on her resume and making dollars to support herself, right? Now, once she finishes that, she has 2 more semesters to go, 3 months plus 3 months, 6 months in total. And then she's able to get her post-study work permit of up to 3 years as per the IRCC guidelines. What happened over here is it stretched the program. Though Associate of Arts was 2 years, now the overall program before she's eligible to apply for post-study work permit is 2.9 years. So 2 years and 9 months. But not to mention, this is the benefit for international students. Why? Because out of those 2 years and 9 months, 10 months, 6 plus 4 is full-time work. It's full-time Canadian experience and kind of dollars they are making, approximately $20,000 on an average they can make, right? If a student wish to work full-time, that's a huge benefit. For an international student, it breaks down the overall study. It makes it easier for them to get good grades. And then by the end of the term, they are going to get their 3-year post-study work permit, but they have saved a lot of money because the first year CodeCore tuition fee is way more less than the University Canada West. Consider she paid $14,500, which is the average, which is our tuition fee without co-op, right? But she's gonna get the scholarship also of up to $3,000 in the initial year. So let's say she was an average student, she got a $1,000 scholarship. So how much she paid for the first year? $13,500 only. And then she made money during her off, right? That she can put towards her University Canada West first 2 or 3 semesters easily. And at the UCW, the 15 courses tuition fee comes out of the approximately $26,000. But our students are going to get a scholarship at UCW also of up to $10,000. Even if Pritika is able to get on an average of $6,000, she's going to pay only $20,000 for the associate degree for the rest of the semesters at UCW. So $13,500 plus $20,000 comes out of the $33,500 only, which is way less than University Canada West overall tuition fee structure. And again, she's going to make about $10,000 to $12,000 here, which she can put towards her tuition fee. So students can support themselves, right? They save huge on tuition fee, relax the entry requirements by getting into business diploma with overall 6 bands in IELTS, 5.5 in one module, right? Saving a lot of money, like I said. And also they become our alumni, which is a huge benefit to international students. They get access to our more than 250 companies. They get access to that huge placement rate. right? They become the part of our alumni network. They get the lifetime membership of CodeCore, where we are going to help them connect with the employers any number of times they want in the lifespan. So that's a huge benefit of this university transfer structure. I hope it makes sense. If not, then please, I'll be able to take your questions for this particular structure. This is one of the most common and adopted by our international students, and they're loving it. We got a lot of testimonials about this structure on our YouTube page, and we are also doing a webinar, which I'll tell you later on, where one of our students from Business Diploma is going to share his experience about this whole structure, how he's able to get a job through CodeCore during the study, he's making money, an easy transfer to UCW, and now he's loving the study over there. He rather is coping up with the University Canada West study better than their own students, because he was able to understand the Canadian academic culture as an international student at CodeCore in a very well-structured manner, being a career school, right? Okay, so I'm going to go further on. Like I said, these are the fee structures. So without co-op, students will pay $14,500 per year. And with co-op, if they want the paid internship, it's $2,000 extra. $16,500 is what they're going to pay. And the university fees, I already told you for the University Canada West, but other university options will depend on the transfer option. But all in all, students will definitely save a lot of money. Who can apply? Anybody who has completed a 12th grade in India or equivalent, be it 10+3. I'm assuming everyone who's listening to me today are from India, not outside of India, so they would understand the structure. So otherwise, you can say overall B grade or an average of 55% is the minimum requirement. So 10+3 or a 12th with no maths required can apply to this program. We usually do not recommend a bachelor degree holder, but they can also apply. But our primary profile is 12th or 10+3 equivalent with no maths, overall 55% or a B grade, right? So I'm going to go next. I believe there are some questions coming up. We'll take those questions in a while for sure. I'm not going to talk about this structure, but it's very well self-explanatory. Year 1, year 2, the same program of business, the same structure, students take at CodeCore and then get credit transfer or advanced degree to the year 3rd and year 4th of any university partner that we have. But I'm not going to explain much to this. It's very well, easily understandable. You understood the first one. This is just an extended version of that. Now, this over here, in fact, the joint partnership program is one of the best and the beautifully designed program any student who wish to quickly start working in Canada as a web developer in technology sector and want to make huge dollars. This is one of the most beautifully designed program they can find anywhere, really. So North Island College, like I said, is famous for their digital designing and development, which basically means front and back end programming, right? And it's already a 3-year program at NIC. But like I said, our expertise is web application development, and NIC knows that. So we got this public-private joint partnership program now, where students, if they apply for digital design and development, year 1 they can take at CodeCore, and the year 2 and year 3 they will take at NIC. It's going to be a joint offer. So I'm going to just quickly tell you a couple of things over here. So get joint offer and LOA of both the institutions. That means 3-year program, 3-year study permit, right? And at the end of the year 1, because students will finish the web application development diploma at CodeCore, which basically means they became now web developer already at the end of year 1, students will get the opportunity to work as a remote web developer. This is one of the best things ever can happen to international students. Even though they have year 2 and year 3 at NIC, they already are going to take a job and then move on to year 2 and year 3. Through CodeCore, they're going to get the opportunity to work as a remote web developer. Remote web developer basically means they can work online and take projects with our employers and make good amount of money on an average. Web developer, a junior web developer, freelance kind of remote jobs, they're making about $20 to $25 an hour. So that's a good money and good experience of up to 2 years they're going to make in year 2 and year 3 while they're studying at NIC. One more thing I would like to mention, under British Columbia's government's rules and regulations, students, those who work as a remote web developer, they can still enjoy their 20 hours part-time permit. That means it's separate. So students, when they're making money and making experience as a remote web developer, can still go outside, work at different organizations, be it Walmart or a gas station or wherever they want, to enjoy their 20 years part-time permit, make more money and make more experience, right? And the end of the third year, students will get up to 3 years of post-study, postgraduate work permit as per the IRCC rules and regulations, which basically means 3 years, right? So year 1, year 2, year 3, joint partnership, joint offer, 3-year study permit, 3-year post-study work permit, brilliantly designed program, right? And you become a full stack web developer, which is huge in demand and also falls under the British Columbia's Provincial Nominee Program's Tech Pilot category. That means easy permanent residence afterwards, right? The who can apply for this is something I will tell you right now, though I have the slide at the end. So we recommend, if you're from India subcontinent, we recommend a high school student with physics, chemistry, and mathematics as the mandatory subjects. So non-medical, right? So physics, chemistry, and maths, 12th grade, overall 60% or a B grade. So overall 60% minimum, nothing less than 60. So 60% for this, 55 was for the business, 60 for this. And there's no individual structure, but a C grade would be recommended in each subject. About 42 to 55% is C grade. And same IELTS structure. But in this program, we also recommend you can take Bachelor's of Bachelor's of Science, BSc, in Information Technology, Computer Science, Physics, Chemistry, and Maths, that is BSc non-medical, or Bachelor's of Computer Applications grads, that is BCA. So BCA, BSc IT, BSc Computer Science, BSc non-medical, or 12th grade with Physics, Chemistry, Maths, 60%. All of these profiles are the recommended and the primary profiles that can get a huge benefit out of these programs, right? So that's the minimum requirement for academic. Language is same. I have a separate slide for language requirement at the end. We'll talk about it later on. Any questions about this program, please write in the chat box. I'll take those in another give and take 5 to 7 minutes. Exclusive partnership with the University of the Fraser Valley. This is again another beautifully designed program meant for the primary profile for this program will be a Bachelor of Engineering student, graduate, or a Bachelor of Technology, or a Bachelor of Science in IT and Computer Science, or even a 12th grader with non-medical stream, but good grades, I would say. Those who understand the automation, robotics, and digital manufacturing's scope in the coming years for sure. So this is a 2-year program where students will take the first year, which is our expertise, Advanced Web Application Development Diploma at CodeCore. And the second year will be at University of the Fraser Valley. Students can either take automation and robotics, or they can take digital manufacturing. Both the programs are 1-year specialized diplomas. And I'm just gonna quickly, I wanted to include these slides. I was going through, I just wanna mention here, an article, a research done by a McKinsey and Company. And what they have found that one of the most, the top 4 foundational technologies nowadays and for the next decade applied along the value chain in the industry 4.0. And among them, 2 major are automation and robotics and digital manufacturing. So robotics and automation, collaborative robots, chatbots, additive manufacturing, that is 3D printing. So all these jobs we are talking about, digital manufacturing technicians and automation robotics technicians, these are the future. These technicians are going to play a huge role in the future, even till right now. Consider Applicar, right? Education management, working on automation now, right? So even in research and education, automation is playing a huge role right now. Even we guys as CodeCore, we have our own automated CRM, right? Our CRM tool where you apply and put the applications, automated. So from small sector of education to huge industries of be it manufacturing, supply chain, or any field, this is the future right now. You want to enjoy this future, you want to go to UFE. To go to UFE, you have to come to CodeCore to take our Advanced Web Application Development Diploma, right? So the primary profile, like I said, Bachelor of Technology in Electrical, IT, Computer Science, Mechanical, Automobile, etc., Software Engineering, or BSc IT, BSc Computer Science, or I would suggest 12th graders with Physics, Chemistry, Maths, but good percentage, right? Maths is mandatory, Physics, Chemistry is not so important. Students will get exclusive partnership. That means they will get a support letter from the university along with our offer letter, so that they show that to the immigration officer that after year 1, they'll be transitioning to the University of Fraser Valley for either one of the programs. Students will in this program also get the opportunity to work as a remote web developer at the end of the year one. And once they complete the program, they will get the post-study work permit of up to 3 years as per the RCC rules and regulations, right? So again, trust me, one of the beautiful design programs. The first year tuition fee of this program, which is our program, Advanced Web Application Development Diploma, is $16,500 without co-op, and with co-op is $18,500. And already have told you who is eligible to apply. The minimum requirement is grade 12 or equivalent, with minimum 60% in NIC and 55% for the UFEN CodeCore program. So that means the NIC is 60%, but for UFEN CodeCore partnership is 55%, just like in business, right? Physics, chemistry, maths is mandatory for NIC in 12th, other than obviously BSc, IT, computer science, non-medical, or BCA. But for UFE, physics, chemistry is not important, mathematics is. So if somebody from another having other subjects, but maths is something that is important. If a high school student wants to apply, we recommend non-medical or otherwise, like I told you, BTech or BSc, IT, computer science, right? The second year tuition fee, it depends on the UFE. It varies from $25,000 to $26,000, but students are easily be able to make that much of money and through us because they get the opportunity to work as a remote web developer and they pay their tuition fee later on, right? The language requirement for all the programs is the same. So we accept IELTS band score of 6 overall with no band less than 5.5, but maximum in one module. 6 no less than 5.5 in one. TOEFL band score of 80, with no section below 19. We also accept PTE with overall 56 with a condition on writing. Writing has to be a minimum 52. We also accept CAL score of 60, Duolingo score of 95 to 100, which I personally don't recommend right now because the RCC is not really accepting it for visas, but still for the acceptance of admission students, those who write Duolingo within 95 to 100 can start their application with us for sure. So that's the language requirement, right? However, the scholarship options are different. So to avail the scholarship or to be eligible to get into the scholarship pool, students would have to get mandatory IELTS and overall 6.5 with no band less than 5.5 max in one module or 6 overall 6 each. So that was the academic requirement, but this is the scholarship. So students who wish to enjoy the scholarship, get into the scholarship pool, must take the IELTS and get a 6.5, no band less than 5.5 in one or 6 overall 6 each. And then there are slabs. Somebody who, with 60% to 69% in their previous academics will get a $1,000 scholarship. 70 to 79% will get a $2,000 scholarship. 80% are above, they get a $3,000 scholarship. And the deadlines to the upcoming intakes are different for students who want to avail scholarships. And the deadlines for students who don't want to get scholarship will be a bit more relaxed, right? Which will be mentioned on the website and also mentioned on the offer letter, which we have designed for the fall 2021 intake. So May 2021 is about to finish. 31st of March is a deadline to apply to start the application. And for fall intake, there's plenty of time. Somewhere in between June end or July beginning will be the end date to pay the tuition fee, right? For the fall 2021 intake. So that's it about CodeCore College. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop here. I know it was a bit quick, bit fast for me, trust me. Usually I go slow and break down each slide, each program. I make notes on the screen, but I wanted to save the time to take your questions today because it's a closed webinar. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, or rather I'm just gonna open the chat box here. Just give me 1 second.
I have many questions which are directly posted to me, Loveraj, rather than posted to the forum, right? Okay. So I'll start taking them up. Okay, so you mentioned about conditional offers in between, if you're not wrong. So there's a question around it. So does CodeCore releases conditional offer based on predicted scores or results awaited, or if the student is planning to take IELTS again to improve the scores?
Definitely. So students who either have their academics but not language score, or they have the language score but they don't have the academic final grading right now on the predicted scores, we can give them conditional offers. Just not for the North Island College and CodeCore College joint program, which is Advanced Digital Design and Development, but we can give you a confirmation email or a confirmation document but not a conditional offer. Why? Because the offer is a joint offer, so we can't guarantee that NIC would agree on that. So in that case, we can give you a confirmation that once you write your academic or grades, once you get a full academic grades or get your language score, we will give you an offer for sure. We can send you that email or send you a confirmation letter for that. Otherwise, other programs, definitely we give conditional offers.
All right. So the scholarship you mentioned in the last couple of minutes, is it like automatically applied and offered to the student, or is there a separate application form to be filled up for scholarship?
It's automatically applied depending on the student's grade. Like I said, automation. So we have in our CRM, it's automated. Students, this system will pick whether it's 60% or above or not, IELTS falls under the scholarship or not. We'll pick the slab, and then it will be mentioned on the offer letter under how much of scholarship we can provide. But then, like I said, there will be different deadlines for the students to enjoy that scholarship. The deadlines will be pretty much near earlier than the regular extended deadlines. So students must start their application, pay their tuition fee in time to enjoy the scholarships later on.
All right. So one of the participants wants to know if it is a short transfer to the partner university, or do they have to reapply? Is there a minimum credit score that they need to attain? And if they don't have, what happens?
Right. In terms of the joint program with Untitled College, they don't have to reapply. Why? Because it's a joint offer in anyway. So from their home country, they're going to get both the offer and acceptance. Though there is a condition to go to NIC in the second year, you have to pass our examination. You have to pass the first year. It's not that you won't show up to CodeCore, you won't attend any classes, and you fail the program. So definitely you won't be able to go to second year, right? Just like in your high school right now, you fail the 11th grade, you can't go to the A levels, you fail the O levels, right? So similarly, that's the case of NIC. Just pass the examination, 2.3 GPA, very bare minimum, right? Which all of our students are able to get so far. With the business articulation, because we have multiple opportunities for the students, they're different structures. So students don't get the joint offer, but they get a support letter from their home country with their offer of CodeCore. And once they are there with us, everything is taken care by CodeCore. All they have to do is fill the form, which we provide to them, and sign where we tell them to sign. Simple as that. Everything else is taken care by us. Even if there's a study permit extension or getting the documents from the other university or sending their documents, everything is taken care by CodeCore. It's onto us, right? So it's a very smooth transition. Same goes with UFE also.
All right. Another question related to the same partnership, university transfer. So let's say student, they're taking admission now and they would advance into NIC or Fraser Valley 1 year or 2 years from now, right? Which tuition fee would apply? Is it what is mentioned today in the offer letter, or when they advance for that particular?
Right. So when the student starts with NIC, like they pick the NIC as an example. So the first year tuition fee will remain the same because that's us. The second year is subject to change, right? Okay. It's mentioned on the offer for sure. But in NIC's case, the offer says whatever the tuition amount will remain the tuition amount because it's a joint offer. In terms of the university's business articulation or UFE, that is subject to change because it's not mentioned on the offer letter, right? Because we don't know which program students will pick later on, right? So that is subject to change. NIC remains the same for sure.
All right. Now, so the next question is, does CodeCore accept career changes if they have a business degree and they now want to have a career in IT and they want to become a web developer? Do we accept those profiles?
Definitely. So once a student is on board, for example, Pritika, you took advanced diploma business, you came to CodeCore, you got the study permit, you started the program with us, but now you'd say, you know what, I think I want to try my luck with the web application development. I would like to start as a beginner, as a coding and programmer. So because you're there already, it's easy for us to get you in that. All we need to do is just let the RCC know that the student has changed the program, and which is fine. So because you already have a study permit, even though you don't have maths, we can tweak things around there. So it's more flexible once you're there in Canada, you already have your study permit approval, then you're in India, for example, or any other country. So if you don't have mathematics, definitely you cannot apply to our technology programs from your home country, right? But once you're there, the story is different. You already have a study permit. We can look into it. We can give you additional mathematics, right? You can take maths over there. So
But
yes, we
that's
are
for onshore
flexible.
students, right?
Yes, we are flexible with
Onshore students. But with
yes.
offshore, if they have done, like, let's say somebody has done a BBA which had maths, and if they now want to chase their career, that's okay, right?
Oh yeah, if they have maths,
Okay.
why not? Go
All
ahead.
right. All right. And do you accept academic gaps? Like
Up to
student
five
has a
years.
justification? Okay. So anything more than
Up
five
to
years
five
is not
years.
accepted.
No, no, up to 5 years,
Even if
yes.
they were working or they have a justification.
That is right.
All right. All right. And so next, the Tamanna has a lot of questions related to her international market. So for Nepal and for Africa, Loveraj, I think Tamanna, let's take that offline with Loveraj because I don't want our audience to get confused,
Sure. I
right?
can see. Let us know about the Africa students also,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah. She
So
she she does that for Nepal also. So also there's
that's
another
right.
question related to visa. One of our attendees wants to know what is the success rate for CodeCore from India. Tamanna, can you
We
please
can,
put yourself on mute, please? Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
kind of what
the
has been the success rate for the visa for CodeCore from India?
what we can tell you only for the SDS applications as any
Yeah,
other
yeah,
school.
SDS, yeah.
So for SDS, we're looking at anywhere from 80% to 85% at the moment.
Okay.
Again, it depends on intake to intake. You know, we know how Canada works. So there are intakes, you know, in about year and a half or 2 years down the road, there will be one intake where there will be more rejections. And not just for us, it's how the market works. But all in all, on an average, looking at the programs and the kind of structure we are offering, the success rate for SDS applications is huge.
Right. So next question is about the application fee. How much is the application
Oh,
fee? Yeah.
it's waived off. It's waived off.
Okay, so it's waived off for now, right?
Yeah, it's waived off for now, and most probably it will be waived off for the next few intakes, at least for fall
Okay.
and Jan for sure.
All right. All right.
Right.
And then there's another question: how COVID ready is CodeCore?
There's one question that I didn't understand. Pratika, if you would please help me with.
Yes, please.
WAEC.
Yeah, that's the certification, WAC certification in Africa. That's for African students. Not does
Ah,
not
okay.
apply to Indian or subcontinent. So I'll
Got it.
take her
We
questions
will
with you
definitely,
offline. Yes, yes.
yeah, we'll talk about it for sure. Right.
So
So next
how
question was
COVID
on.
ready? How COVID ready is CodeCore?
We are very much COVID ready. See, we got our COVID readiness plan to 40 schools who got that. So December 1st, we got it, and we already got an email, from like other schools in BC. The BC government is the first government that already has announced that we, should be prepared now for September intake to be, not fully, but most of the classes will be in person. So we are already, preparing for the same, which is a good, news for the international students that they can now come to CodeCore in general to Canada and start and expect their classes to be in person, to some extent for sure. Other than that, we already are, taking our online classes. We are we have one of the best structured online classes so far, thanks to our technology background ourselves. Our students are loving it. Even during this is just something an add-on I wanted to mention, so that students will get to understand that. So during the COVID, when it was fairly new for everyone to go online, we already had that leverage. We had that positive plus benefit, you can say, that we already had an online platform. We were using Google Classrooms for many of our programs for local students too. So we used that, and our students are loving it. We were among very few schools who were able to convert or get most of our international students in the initial phase for the May 2020 intake to come online, join us, and enjoy the study risk-free benefit, during those COVID days, which is still valid for the May intake. So if we have students, for May intake, who joined CodeCore and already applied for the study visa, or if you would want to send students or, to CodeCore for the next 3-4 days, we still have extension till March 31st, and students can pay tuition fee by April 6th. So you have that time. Those students can enjoy the study risk-free benefit, which basically means under their applied status, they can start the program online for first semester for May. So during their study online, even if worst case scenario, they get a rejection somewhere, down 2 months, 3 months down the road, we are not going to deduct any amount of tuition fee equivalent to the number of hours they have studied. So we're just going to give them full refund minus the administration fee that we usually deduct up to $50. So that's a study risk-free opportunity for the international students. It actually has benefited a lot of international students in the previous intakes. Why? Because we also provide them a letter of enrollment when they start program with us. We provide them a support letter that they can send to the IRCC with a web form, and we recommend the IRCC to give visa to the student because he's a bona fide student, got a good grade, and it raises their chance of getting a study visa. So for May intake, it is still valid for sure.
All right. Last couple of questions that I have. What is the turnaround time for the offer letter?
For offer, it's max 3 business days. For LOA, as soon as we got the tuition fee in our, it reflects in our account, again, 3 to 4 business days.
For LOA, can a student pay one semester fee or it has to be one full year tuition fee?
For SDS profiles, it has to be 1 year full tuition fee. Otherwise, it won't be SDS because that's one of the requirements to fall under the SDS category along with the LTS. For non-SDS profiles, students can choose either one semester, like half year, or full year.
All right. There's one question which is like, let's say you mentioned that you accept 5.5 in one module, right?
Yes.
If the overall profile academically is quite strong, student has experience, has some kind of education diploma from India as well, and is having 5.5 in 2 modules, can we still consider, or it's a complete no? Tough one.
Being a career school, I would say we are flexible. We personally have done that in the past, and we have some good success also. But what we do in that case is we go by, getting in touch with the student before we get the application, just to see, the level of the student for sure. We encourage our partners, the consultants, to get the student on a call. Well, most of the time I take the call, we talk to the student, and then we see what is the agenda behind going to Canada, simple as that.
Right.
For that 5.5 profile. We have had that success in the past for sure. But we don't mention that on our website. But yes, we are flexible in some of the cases. If they have really good academics, for example, anywhere 65% or 75% above with 2 5.5s, we may be able to look into the profile.
Right. Just one last question before we wrap this up. What about the accommodation? Do we have any on-campus or off-campus accommodation where we have done some kind of partnership?
Definitely, we have a partnership with GEC. So their homestays, their family students can choose, and they can stay with their single bedroom, double bedroom occupancy apartments too. Students would have to let us know well in advance whether they want us to help them with the finding an accommodation. So what we do is we connect them with our government approved those bodies, and then the student can and those people, that the company can coordinate accordingly, and then student can choose before traveling from India, before going to Canada, what kind of accommodation they want, whether homestay, like a paying guest they call it, right, or apartment building or not. But they are luxury apartments, very good, safe, because government approved and meant for international students, and they stay somewhere near to the college, so it's easy for them to travel.
All right. Thank you, Loveraj. Looks like we've covered all our questions. If there's anything else, if you want to further understand, if you have further questions, you want to understand how you can associate yourself with CodeCore and with Applica, please reach out to our team. And thank you, Loveraj. Thank you for your time today. The session was very informative and useful, and we learned a lot about CodeCore today. And is there anything else you wanted to cover up before I wrap up?
Just one last thing. I kept the golden egg at the very end before I finished the call. I thought maybe I'll just let the students, our partners over here know. Because we come from a technology background, and like I already have mentioned a couple of times, the kind of companies we work with, and we produce web developers. And luckily, web developers is one of those, jobs, you can say, or those, that job role, the job title that is included in the British Columbia's Provincial Nominee Program's Tech Pilot category, right, which I already mentioned. I encourage you guys to please Google and read about it. It's the easy way to get a PR, the faster way to get a PR for tech grads. So if you have a profile with technology background from your home country, for example, Bachelor's of Technology in IT or Computer Science, let's say, with a minimum of 2 years direct experience or relevant experience of the industry from their home country, so BTech, let's say IT or CSE, and 2 years experience in their home country, they can come to CodeCore for our 1-year advanced web application development diploma with co-op. Co-op means paid internship of 960 hours. So how they can get benefit, which a lot of students, especially from Brazilians and the Mexicans, they're enjoying right now, is they finish the 1-year program, they become web developer, but then they still have 960 hours, approximately 8 to 10 months of co-op paid internship. So once they start taking that job, we have a 100% placement rate for that. So they start working in the co-op within 3 years, 4 months, 5 months down the road, they end up getting a job offer, which they need. That's the only thing they need to fall under the BCPNP Tech Pilot category. And within 7 to 9 months, they're able to get their permanent residency. Nowadays, we are seeing such a fast processing for tech pilot category that our students, when they get a job offer, they're able to get their within a week, under a week, they get their PNP also, which is so fast, which used to be 3 months, right? So this is a great opportunity for a bachelor's in technology, especially from IT and CS, with a minimum 2 years experience, to start this study at CodeCore, take the advanced web application development diploma with co-op, and get their ticket to the Canadian tech sector and permanent residency, which is fast and easy way out for sure. So please keep that in mind while you are counseling students. If that profile comes, do recommend this program to them. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. It was a lovely session, and
Yes.
we'll love to. If you are going to post it on LinkedIn, please tag me.
Great. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Loveraj. We appreciate you being here, and thanks again for joining us today.